Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here. What I got for you today is a review of the LiDi RC L18. Now the L18 is both a ground car and also a quadcopter. The way it does that is these rotors are removable, and then you can replace them with wheels, powered wheels that go onto here instead of the rotors to convert this into a car. And I'll show you that here shortly, how that's done. But first we're going to demonstrate the air mode of this. I got all the quadcopter motors on here, and they are color coded to help you make sure that you put them on in the right direction, red to red and blue to blue. So that makes it kind of easy. This quadcopter is powered by a proprietary battery. It is a proprietary battery that comes with this particular quadcopter. The power on it is 300 milliampere hour. So, you know, it's a micro quadcopter sized battery, but with proprietary connectors that fit only this particular quadcopter. Let's go over the controller for it. This is the controller for both ground and air mode. These buttons up here is for this, by the way, it's a altitude hold quadcopter. You can tell by the throttle being positioned to the center position, but you can do automatic takeoffs by pressing this button here. You can enter headless mode by pressing this button here. You can tell it to do a flip by pressing this button here and telling it which direction to flip. And you can do a one-key return by pressing this button here. And you can switch to between modes, UFO and ground mode, by pressing this button here. And if in ground mode, you can press this button here to bring the quadcopter aircraft to a stop. And you can change the rates by pressing this button here. For going rates, increase by pressing to the left, and decrease by pressing to the right. And the other buttons, these buttons here, are trim buttons for pitch and roll. Okay, let's go for a flight. First thing we'll do is plug in the aircraft, place it on a flat level surface, selecting that direction as our headless mode direction, turning on the transmitter, binding the transmitter, and hitting takeoff. And that starts the motors. And then to take off, you actually have to give it throttle. Let's press the button one more time. Now that shuts down the motors also. So takeoff starts and shuts down the motors. Go into the air. Okay, let's see how stable it is with its altitude hold. Relatively stable. And let's fly it around and see how it works. Let's go in the dirt here. Has an interesting sound to it. Okay, let's try a flip. Yeah, it flips pretty good actually. Going upwind, coming back downwind. Let's try. It's actually a nice quadcopter. I don't know how it is in ground mode, but in quadcopter mode it is kind of nice. Okay, let's try one key return. We'll go up here. We were pointing off in that direction there. One key return. And here it comes back. Let's try that again, going way upwind, or up in the direction of the headless mode direction. One key return, activate it, and it's coming back. Again, that only works as long as you keep the quadcopter down in the direction of the headless mode that it was pointed at takeoff. Let's try headless mode. Forward, pulling back, pulling left, and I'm putting yaw on it to show you that we are in headless mode. Now headless mode, doesn't matter which direction the quadcopter is pointed, that is always forward. This direction is always back, this direction is always right, and this direction is always left. That makes it easier for beginners to fly it. They don't have to worry about orientation of the quadcopter. But coming out of headless mode, and let's try higher rate. Well, actually, it flies very nicely. Okay, coming out of higher rate, and beginner's rate. Now let's land this thing. I'm going to press the land button. I don't know if it actually lands it. We'll find out here. Well, it does land it. Okay, it does actually bring it down to the ground and land it. Okay, now we're going to switch to ground mode, and I'll show you how that's done here. First off, let me disconnect the battery. Okay, this is how you convert this to land mode. Each of these motors pop off, these propeller motors, and you can install and snap on additional items. There is a back tail section that you just snap on to the back motor or arms, and then you plug in these front motor arms. These front wheels have motors built into them, so they provide the power to the front motors. There's motors right inside of here is what I'm trying to say. And you're going to line this up. Okay, I can see a little bit better now, so I got to line up those holes there and then just push it in, and we actually should be good to go. Okay, so firing up the motor by plugging in the battery. Battery's plugged in, and we'll put that on the ground there. Turn on the transmitter, and let's see if we were ready to go. Oh, we got to go into UFO. Now I think we're ready to go. So there we go. Now this has really nice lights on it, folks. Ooh, it goes in the dirt? I didn't know it goes in the dirt. Okay, with that in mind, let's go over here. Now one thing though, these wheels do pop off, and they do pop off quite easy. So I'm going to plug that back on, put it right there. See if we can get going again. Go. Wheel, and there goes the wheel again. So the ground mode of this is kind of, I don't know. The wheels do pop off quite easy, and I pushed them on there real hard. So keep that in mind, folks. It is a good quadcopter. The ground mode has a little bit to be desired. There we go. And there goes the wheels, both of them this time. So just showing you the ground mode, I don't recommend. The air mode, yeah, it's a nice quadcopter. It flies very well, but as a ground vehicle, I don't think so. So, again, that's the LiDi L18 with altitude hold. Great quadcopter, not very good ground vehicle. Hope you enjoyed this flight / drive. Quadcopter 101, signing out. I wanted to show you the LiDi RC ground and air fighter. This is its ground mode, but I just wanted to show you the lights on this thing. Pretty cool. It moves on flat surface, that is. Very fast too. So I just wanted to show you that. This is the night. Very well lit up. And that's what happens every once in a while. These wheels just pop right off.